Members of the Joint Committees of Parliament on the Defence and Internal Affairs and the Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee spent the weekend at the quiet Munyonyo Commonwealth Hotel to reduce the findings of the consultations on the Protection of Sovereignty Bill 2026 into a report. However, the serene atmosphere was broken down following disagreements between a majority of the ruling National Resistance Movement members and a section of the opposition. A section of the opposition MPs claimed they were muzzled and never allowed to present their views during the internal deliberations on the findings.
People were so rowdy and the chairpersons became so rude. So we started questioning our chairpersons of the committee that why are you behaving that way?
But the chairperson did not allow him to speak, so he went and picked the microphone because his rights as a member were being denied. And of course that ended up in a very heated exchange, blows nearly flying all over the place.
They say that after confrontations among the members, the matter was put to a vote, of which a majority of 24 voted in favour against 11. Those icked by the procedure followed by the committee argued that the public's views were disregarded.
What we did was, yes, we invited you, yes, you came, but thank you, we have ignored you. Not only those members, but even us members. I had a presentation to make before the committee in my capacity as the Shadow Minister for Internal Affairs.
They argue that the Attorney General proposed several adjustments to the original bill during the consultations. The MPs hold mixed views on whether the adjustments should have necessitated the tabling of a fresh bill.
A committee is supposed to handle business that has been sent to it by the plenary. However, by the way of things right now, what we are handling is not what the plenary sent to us. This is a new bill.
If it were an amendment, it would warrant a retabling, would warrant a fresh certificate of financial implications. It would warrant another gazette. But it's not an amendment. He cannot amend a bill which is not his.
By the time a bill is referred to the committee, a committee has mandate to shape the bill. So the committee has done its role as it's mandated within our rules.
Another point of contention pertained to how the committee would deal with the views of President Museveni. Through his social media, Museveni appeared to indicate that the bill that was raising much noise wasn't the one he had approved. They hold that given the nature of the bill, with far-reaching constitutional ramifications, should have been left to be soberly processed by the next parliament.
If the head of the state, President himself who initiated the bill, is now disassociating himself with the bill we are discussing, it means we are violating the rules, and in case there is someone who sneaks in other bill, as the chairpersons, you guide the committee so that we don't mislead Ugandans. Unfortunately, the two chairpersons refused.
Now the parliament is composed of people, one, who have chosen deliberately to retire, two, who have failed in a bid for re-election. Research has shown that such a parliament cannot handle serious business, controversial business, because one, it has lost mandate.
So the communication of the president was like any other view of other stakeholders. Because remember, this bill was already read before Parliament for the first reading and it was referred to a joint committee. So whether we considered it or not, that could be a lie, because we looked at all the contributions of all stakeholders.
Those dissatisfied with the handling of the bill have written a minority report.
Well, our decision as the opposition is to oppose the law. It's a very bad law. Even with the amendments, it hasn't significantly improved. It's still lacking. It doesn't have commencement. What the Attorney General brought, and with even the amendments, does not have any commencement provisions, doesn't have transitional provisions. It's a lacking law.
A majority of the stakeholders consulted by the committee, including the Bank of Uganda, the Financial Intelligence Authority, religious leaders and civil society organizations, oppose the Sovereignty Protection Bill, which, if passed, they say might cripple the economy financially.
Bill doing. This bill is bringing restrictions into cross-border transactions, meaning that it is bringing restrictions on the inflows to this country.
Though it is purposed to prevent foreign influence on the affairs of Uganda, it has been criticized for requiring anyone receiving over 400 million shillings to seek prior ministerial approval and the registration of foreign agents, among them Ugandans living abroad. Jackson Onyango, NTV.